My name is Michael Haines. My brother David was a humanitarian aid worker who was murdered by ISIS terrorists whilst helping ordinary people in Syria. I am recording this message in the hope that people across Britain will listen to my family story and understand the fight against terrorism and extremism isn't something that happens to other people, it affects us all. How we react to this threat is also about all of us. Together we have the power to defeat the most hateful acts. Acts of unity from us all will in turn make us stronger, and those who wish to divide us weaker. David spent the last 18 months of his life as a hostage of brutal terrorists who took his life and broke our hearts. David was an ordinary guy from Perth. He did extraordinary things. He dedicated his life to serving others, and we grieve for him every day. Many of you know how David was taken from us, but I wanted to share with you more about his extraordinary life, the selfless man that he was, and the wonderful brother I love so very deeply. Earlier in his life, David spent 12 years as an aircraft engineer in the Royal Air Force, serving Britain, which is something we as a family were very passionate about and always have been. It was during this time that he realised that he wanted to help others who aren't as fortunate as we are here in the UK. Much like we cross the road to help a neighbour, David saw the whole world as his neighbourhood. He had found his calling. David lived by many of the values Britain is famous for. We are a charitable nation at heart, from our coffee mornings to our aid we send overseas. We give time and money to strangers and our neighbours in equal measure, whoever is in need. For 16 years, he dedicated his life to helping people across the world in desperate need. David spent many years away from our home in Scotland, helping families in war-torn countries such as Libya, South Sudan, and the former Yugoslavia, as well as most recently in Syria. David would want us all to remember that extremism, terrorism, and the mistreatment of people is not something that just happens to those thousands of miles away, but it's something that affects us all here in the UK too. My brother's killers want to hurt all of us and stop us from believing in the very things which took David into conflict zones: charity and human kindness. Many of you were clearly moved by what happened to David. In fact, I have been overwhelmed by the messages of support from the British public and people all over the world. So I am calling on all of us, every community, every faith, in the coming weeks and months to find a single act of unity. One simple gesture, one act, one moment that draws people together. My brother didn't see other nationalities or religions. He just saw other human beings in need of a little help to get by, or sometimes a lot of help to live to see another day. This is how my family will remember him. And we hope you all will too. A man of kindness, open and caring, willing to cross the road to help others. My brother, David Haines.